And check this out. If you want to get your lifts up, try out this 1, 2, 3 workout. Then you can easily integrate into your current training program. So check this out. If I'm not mistaken, I got this from Dan John back in the day. It's been a way that I've programmed for myself and my clients to get their strength gains up, and it's really, really simple. Okay, so you take around, and by the way, today I'm going to demonstrate this on a barbell front squat, but if you want to increase your kind of big lifts, so think any squat variation, front squat, back squat, honestly, belt squat, pendulum squat, whichever you want to, bench press, a chin up, or a hinge. And I'll explain later how to program it into your week, right? Because it's simple, it's like very malleable. But what we're gonna do is take your 5 rep max, there, it doesn't have to be super precise, right? Something that you can do for 5 reps. And we're gonna do 1 rep, rest for a little bit, do 2 reps, rest for a little bit, and do 3 reps. And the rest should be, obviously, like after 2, you're gonna rest a little bit longer than after 1, right? And after you do 1, 2, 3, you're gonna rest for a full like 2 to 3 minutes. And we're gonna do that for 3 sets, right? So it's 3 sets of a 1, 2, 3. You could call it a cluster here, okay? So I'll just do it with the front squat, not using any type of crazy load here. Just giving that example. I usually like it to be, again, between the 1 and the 2, I can probably take about a 10-second break, right? Between the 2 and the 3, might be a 15-second break. All right, that one might tax me a little bit more. And now I'm gonna go for a 3. And again, as the sets go further, you might have to go, 15, maybe even a 20-second break for that cluster, because we want the reps to be crisp. So that's my 1, 2, 3 cluster right there. And the key is to always feel like you have a little bit left in the tank, right? So that like rep 3 shouldn't be a grinder, right? It shouldn't be me coming out of it, right? Not being able to get another rep. I should probably have 1 left in the tank. I don't want to say it should feel easy, but I should always feel like I have 1 left in the tank, right? Full break, and then I'm gonna go into, again, full break is gonna be about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna go back to that 1, 2, and 3. Now, how do you program this into your training week? Here's what's cool. You can legitimately just use this at the beginning of your training session for whatever lift you're doing, and then do the rest of the training session as you have been doing, right? Again, so without going, like, obviously we could do supplement exercises for that main lift, right? But if you've already had a training session and you're like, hey, I want to improve a lift, plug this in at the beginning. So let's say you're doing 3 days a week and you wanted to focus a little bit more on, I would say, lower body. Maybe you start with a front squat on Monday, do a bench press on Wednesday, and do a hinge on Friday, right? Some type of deadlift, trap bar deadlift, right? Let's say you want to do a little bit more upper body focused and you had maybe a trap bar deadlift on Monday, and then a bench on Wednesday, and then a pull up on Friday, right? With that 1, 2, 3 method. I found this to be incredibly helpful in bringing your numbers up and improving your strength, right? So again, you can also just choose one, right? You can keep the rest of your training the same and just go like, hey man, I want to bring up my bench. I want to bring up my squats. I'm going to just do that on Mondays. And that's going to be my 1, 2, 3 method. The rest I'm going to keep the same, right? So it's very malleable, but I promise you that like this works. I've used it so many times with so many clients and seen their strength numbers go up. So implement this into your program. If you want more tips like this to look, feel, perform more like an athlete without nagging aches and pains, make sure to subscribe to this channel.